Hello, my name is Juan Antonio Sánchez, and today's lecture deals with artificial intelligence and its impact on the production of comics, movies, and animation on the industry of these popular arts. Okay, first thing I would like to say is that in this presentation you will find many images that have been created by me. Okay, like these two images that you see in the first slide. Okay, this I produced, okay, using Midjourney. And a second thing I wanted to mention is that this is a new field. Okay, there are no articles, there is no academic literature on this issue. So it's difficult to find information, right? You need to go to a specialized media, online magazines, groups of independent artists, in social networks such as Discord, Facebook, um, uh, X, Twitter. But I think it's an interesting field of a study, right? So let's move ahead and start this talk, right? First thing I wanted to give a framework, okay, to the presentation. What is artificial intelligence? Okay, what are researchers trying to achieve? Okay, um, using this new tool, let's say. Okay, artificial intelligence is kind of an independent, okay, autonomous uh, intelligence, right? Independent from the intelligence of human beings, okay, that has the ability to analyze, okay, to reflect, okay, that is self-aware, and that may even take decisions, right? Okay, so academics and researchers usually talk about artificial general intelligence, okay, AGI, okay, and some experts say that we'll get there, will finally be able to deal with, okay, this kind of artificial general intelligence in 2 years, in 5 years. And some people say that some chats, are on this level, right? Okay, are as intelligent as human beings. I'm one of them. Basically, I think that we have reached that level, and that probably some models, right? Some linguistic models are more intelligent than human beings. Okay, I don't think I can compete with some with the information provided by ChatGPT, okay, or Grok, okay, or I don't think I can produce, okay, such works of arts as Free Pick or some other tools, in a matter of seconds, So I think we have already got there, right? Okay, but this is a matter of opinions, right? Now, so how can we use, or on what, in what sense, okay, we can profit from artificial intelligence, since some people that say that we haven't reached artificial general intelligence for the time being. I think like a really interesting concept, it's the concept of co-intelligence, right? Okay, right, human beings have an intelligence, right? Okay, and uh, artificial intelligence helps the human being. Okay, so it's kind of a complement, right? All right. So this concept of co-intelligence, right? I think it's very interesting. I don't know if many of you are using artificial intelligence, but probably you will be using it in the future because like it's expanding very quickly. And I actually encourage you to try LLMs, linguistic large linguistic models, chatbots, and also tools of generative art, okay, I guess, such as Runway, Midjourney, okay, Pika, okay, etc., etc. Right? Because I mean, some of these tools are free, and you can try them. Maybe you don't like them, and you don't have to to use them anymore, right? But maybe the opposite thing happens, and you become more and more interested in artificial intelligence, right? And begin to use it, right? So let's do some history first, right? When was the concept of artificial intelligence created? Okay, that was in 1956. Okay, in a conference that took place at the Dartmouth University, right? And like academics talk about this conference as the constitutional convention, of artificial intelligence. This was the first time, okay, when the term was used, okay, and then the artificial intelligence has had an evolution, over the decades, right? Um, Sometimes it has been like greatly appreciated, and has many people have had many expectations, and hopes about it, right? And some other times, people have become disappointed, right, about the progress, and the benefits that in the future we could get from artificial intelligence. So in this chart, you can see that the birth was in 1956, right? Okay, and during the 60s, people were very comfortable with the idea of robotics, and artificial intelligence. But in the 70s, the first AI winter, okay, happened, and people became disillusioned, with the concept of artificial intelligence. In the At the beginning of the 80s, things began to pick up again, and new hopes, were born, But at the end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s, there was another bust, right? Okay. In 1992, if you remember, the machine Deep Blue beat Garry Kasparov, in a chess match, and from there, from 1992, there has been a permanent growth of artificial intelligence, throughout the years, especially in the last 2 or 3 years, where an explosion, okay, of growth has taken place, Dealing with the generation of art with artificial intelligence, we need to be aware that this is really, really recent, because the first tool that announced that could create art, right, um, independently, right, without the aid of human beings, you just needed to introduce a prompt, right, okay, was DALI, okay, and the public announcement, okay, took place in January of 2021, right, okay, and it was open to the public in September 2022. Okay, Mid-Journey was open to everybody, right, for the use of everybody, okay, in July 2022. So we're talking about basically 2.5 years ago, right? So in a matter of 2 years, like people have become passionate, about the possibilities, of generation of art that artificial intelligence has, right? Um, and this has had an effect, okay, on different artistic fields. All right, okay. Now, what happens with comics? Comics, as I say, all this is really new, So one of the first, let's say, okay, because there are some, debates about this, one of the first comic, which was created using Mid-Journey, right, was Zarya of the Dawn, right, in 2022. Now, its author was Chris Castanova, and she went to the US copyright agency and registered, okay, this comic, right? The comic had been done by Chris Castanova, but the images had been produced by Mid-Journey, right? So she was granted, a copyright protection. But when the American Copyright Agency realized that the different panels, okay, of the comic, okay, of this brief graphic novel have been created by artificial intelligence, they changed their opinion and they said that this work of art, right, would not have copyright protection. All right. So what does that mean? Well, it means that she, Chris Castanova, may publish this graphic novel, but I can as well take the graphic novel and publish it myself. She's not, since she's not protected by copyright rights. Okay, and this is some couple of pages of this graphic novel, and from there, different comics have appeared, mostly on an indie sphere, right? Okay. Now the creation of comics as of today using AI is part of to some extent, the underground. All right. Okay. Now the big publishing houses like Marvel, DC, okay, have not embraced artificial intelligence yet. Okay, why? Because comic artists, are very much against it, and because there is no copyright protection for these works, So basically, there are, in the last 2 or 3 years, many artists all over the world have been producing comics, using artificial intelligence. But mostly they are shared, in groups, Facebook, Instagram, right? They are sold in some specialized websites like Etsy, all right? but they don't have, again, copyright protection. So anybody can, anything that has been done by so far has been produced with artificial intelligence can be published by anybody. Okay. The thing is that uh, little by little, okay, or at least there are some um, samples, of graphic novels that um, are being sold. Okay, now Steve Coulson is probably the best known artificial intelligence comic writer, if we can give him that denomination, right? Okay. He doesn't have any background in creating comics, but he liked to create, So in his spare time, he developed this idea that he had been reflecting on, over the years, and using artificial intelligence, he created um, a series of graphic novels, right? And that series of graphic novels are being sold, in Amazon.com. They're also in Kindle and some other places. Um, these are exceptions, right? Okay, but we don't know what will happen in the near or long future. Probably, as artificial intelligence grows, and develops more and more, this these graphic novels and comics will be widely sold and appreciated. And we don't know what will happen, like in 50 years or 100 years from now. Maybe like people will discover, some very interesting authors who were working, with artificial intelligence, and who were pretty unknown, in 2025. Okay, so this is the deal with comics. Anybody can create a comic with artificial intelligence. Okay, you can use tools that are available. Okay, and online, and there are some web pages. Okay, which are specialized, on the creation of comics. Right. Okay, so if you go to AI Comic Factory, they basically guide you, okay, um, uh, give you some guidelines on how to create a comic, right? Okay, using artificial intelligence, right? This is, for example, um, um, an attempt, okay, that I had of creating a comic, a manga comic, right? I logged on AI Comic Factory, and I introduced this prompt. A Japanese girl from Tokyo travels through the Tokaido road to Kyoto to start a new life there, right? And basically, automatically, I got those 4 images, right? I didn't do anything else, right? But if I had a story, right, and I had wanted to continue with this project, I would have been able to finish my comic, my graphic novel, right? Okay, and you don't even have to have a story, like if you go to ChatGPT, if you go to Gemini, if you go to Claude, if you go to any of the chatbots, that are available for free, online, they will create a story for you. So that's the deal, and that's what's so revolutionary about the creation of comics, and other artistic manifestations nowadays. And um, what is making angry, so many artists, comic artists nowadays. Right now, talking about artificial intelligence and art in general. Okay, but this is not anything new. All right. Um, in the 60s, 70s, okay, um, British author, British artist called Herald Cohen began to do some research, on the possibility that a machine, robots could create art, right? Okay, and he produced um, kind of a software, okay, um, together with some machinery, right, called Aaron, right, which could make all these um, drawings, and paintings that you can see on the image. So this is something that artificial intelligence, as a generative art endeavor, began in the 70s, right? In the New York Whitney Museum in 2024, there was like an exhibition about Harold Cohen as a pioneer, of artificial intelligence generative art, right? So, but I mean, it's, as I say, like the explosion has taken place, in the last 2 or 3 years. The first AI work of art, okay, auctioned at an important New York place, right? Gallery, right? Um, was this one that you can see on the on the slide. Okay, it's called Edmond de Bellamy de la Famille de Bellamy. Okay, and it was created by a collective of art called Obvious. All right, it is considered the first work of art, right, generated by AI. Okay, and this took place. Okay, this auction, this sale took place in 2018, and the price was almost $500,000, right? Right. So as you can see, I mean, this took place, in 2018. This is just 7 years ago, right? Now, another important moment in the history of art generated by AI was the creation of this piece of art, okay, that you see in this slide, right? Why? Because it was the first time, okay, when a picture, right, an image created by AI won, okay, a public contest, okay, and this took place in 2022. It was a very controversial thing, but but uh, um, but its author, presented some images openly, you know, saying that he had used artificial intelligence, and he won the first prize, right? Um, and from there on, mm, there are many artists, who openly use artificial intelligence as a tool, right? Okay, it's not that they just enter, you know, an artificial intelligence website, write a simple prompt, you know, and expect the machine that the machine does everything for him or for her, you know. Like it's an artistic process, you know, helped by artificial intelligence, right? Okay, and there are really interesting pieces that have been made using using AI. Okay, this is Sofia Crespo is an Argentinian artist, you know, a very well-known Argentinian artist who has exhibited in many places, you know, around the world, and has given lectures too about this issue, right? As I say, some of these works are really attractive, and I will consider them even masterpieces, you know. And the thing is that artificial intelligence is becoming more and more um, um, developed, right? I mean, they are perfecting the tool, you know. So now artists can create, you know, using artificial intelligence, um, um, agents, tools, you know, but in 5, 10, 20 years, they will be able to do works, you know, to create works of art that have much more quality, right? Because things are advancing, you know, progressing very fast, right? So these are just some quite well-known artists that use artificial intelligence in their creative process. All right, in Gambro, I especially like this guy. These are two different images, by the way. Okay, um, but I think he's very talented, right? uh, Rick Anadol, sorry, Rafik Anadol, who is a Turkish American author who has exhibited all over the world, also here in Barcelona, you know, and in the United States, you know. And as I say, you can also create with artificial intelligence. Okay, these are two images that I produced, right? Okay, and very simply, right? I just wrote the prompt was just an image that does not exist. An image that does not exist. Okay? And the artificial intelligence came up with these two images, right? That to some extent have a relationship with the prompt, right? Because you see, okay, on the left you see like a person who is head, all right, who has like an empty space, you know, and has like a landscape, you know, right? Okay, which may be the same landscape that it's behind him or not. And on the right, you have a person who is looking, but she has no eyes, right? Or he has no eyes, right? But I say, anybody can go and give it a shot, right? Now, artificial intelligence and films. What's the situation with Hollywood, you know, and the films all over the world, you know, and the impact of artificial intelligence on the making of movies. Well, it's similar to the to the situation with comics, right? Okay. Now, the big Hollywood producers, have not bet, have not embraced yet artificial intelligence. Why? Again, because of the opposition, of um, um, film people, right? Okay. Like in 2023, the screenwriters of the United States went on strike. Okay, and the main reason was that they wanted to reject the use of artificial intelligence in the making, okay, of stories in Hollywood, right? This strike was followed by a strike, all right, of the actors and actresses in Hollywood, right, of performers. Why? Because they didn't want to be substituted by um, artificial intelligence created uh, um, um, so-called actors, okay, and because they also wanted to preserve their image rights, okay, meaning that artificial intelligence has evolved so quickly, all right, that it's very easy, right, to create an image of a person, right, that corresponds very faithfully to the real uh, man or woman, So what was the problem? Like the actors didn't want the producer to take their images, and use it in other productions, creating, um, creating a persona, through artificial intelligence, So there has been a very large, a very intense controversy, with the use of artificial intelligence, and so far, the big producers of Hollywood, they are surely using uh, artificial intelligence in pre-production and post-production, um, uh, in the pre-production and post-production stage, of movies, but they have not like openly uh, said that they will be using artificial intelligence. Actually, they um, reached an agreement with actors and screenwriters, to protect their rights, right? Okay, they will not use the image, of performers, and they would contract screenwriters only to write the scripts of series and movies, and the screenwriters and screenwriters could use, if they wanted, artificial intelligence, right? So people say that it was a victory for the screenwriters of Hollywood, but I think it was a victory for the artificial intelligence, because I'm sure that in right now, and especially in the future, screenwriters will be using artificial intelligence to write their scripts. Um, so as I say, the big Hollywood um, companies are not uh, supporting, artificial intelligence, at least, publicly, but some movements have been taken, right? You have, for example, this piece of news. Lionsgate signs deals with AI company Runway, hopes that AI can eliminate storyboard artists and VFX crews, special effects. So this piece of news came out in September 2024, some months ago, right? And Lionsgate is a producer, it's a well-known producer and distributor of movies. It has distributed such movies as the Hunger Games, for example. So they signed a deal with Runway, which is one of the most important video production, video creation, okay, tools, that uses artificial intelligence, right? Okay, so this kind of news show that some things are beginning to change. James Cameron, in September 2024, joined Stability AI's board of directors. The company, that produces Stable Diffusion. So even like very reputed people, in the industry are joining, or are considering, using artificial intelligence, right? But as I said before, like right now, the creators of movies, of AI movies, are like moving, in the underground. There are film festivals, artificial intelligence film festivals, and some of them are actually creating really interesting things, using artificial intelligence, right? Okay, there are some series, some shorts, um, that have been created exclusively using artificial intelligence or with the help of artificial intelligence. One example is this opening, okay, credits, okay, of a French TV series, right, made with artificial intelligence.
Dans ma petite je vais faire le de bonne chandelle et j'ai des vies, mais mon coup qui est tout sous la ronde, mais les me d'image de filles je te fais dans son écran, là-dessus je suis comme dans sa papa.
As you can see, I don't see any difference between a traditional movie, and these pieces, of videos, right? Okay, made with artificial intelligence, right? And the first movie or the first movies created with artificial intelligence, okay, came out in 2023 and 2024. All right, okay, and they were made by Hugh Jackson. Right. So as I said, it's like a completely new field, right? But I'm sure that this is going to change, in the near future, because it's not only the United States or Europe, Now China is also um, joining, okay, the creation of tools, to make videos, Um, um, there are many of these tools. You have like Google's VO2, you have Ramway, and even in Spain, right? Okay, in Malaga, very well known, right? Um, creative tool of images and videos is FreePic, right? Okay, which is like doing actually very, very well. Now, what happens with animation? What happens with animation? Now, the impact of artificial intelligence is going to be huge, according to experts, right? It's not, and this is not something that I'm just saying, Jeffrey Katzenberg, okay, who founded or co-founded DreamWorks and was at one point president of the Walt Disney Studios, okay, said that, and it was like 1.5 years ago, okay, that AI will eliminate 90% of artist jobs on animated films, right? Okay, so this is an opinion to take into account, right? Okay, and as I say, the Chinese, the Japanese are beginning to like create, businesses, around, the creation of videos and images, right? You have, like, for example, the Clink, which is a very well-known platform, okay, to create videos and nowadays, and it was created in China, right? So there are many cases of animated shorts, made with AI. We don't have time to show them, on this presentation. Okay. There's this case of an independent creator, which with just $195, okay, created this short, okay, which looks like, like just a Pixar movie.
Residents are feeling quite charged up as unexplained glitches and power outages run rampant, turning daily life into a comically electrifying experience. Mrs. Ruth Bolt, a 67-year-old resident of the town, was reported saying, "I tried to toast my bread this morning, but instead it flew out of the toaster and stuck to the ceiling. I guess I'm having an upside-down sandwich today." What's causing these electric escapades? Theories range from a squirrel rave party at the local power plant to underground disco-loving mole people. Surge and Swagger Electric assures residents they are working tirelessly to identify the cause. As the town waits for a solution,
well, they told me that there was nothing wrong with my Wi-Fi and that I had to speak to you.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
5 times. Look, the last guy told me he was transferring me to a Wi-Fi wizard. So where's the magic?
No ticket number, no wizardry.
I I didn't get a ticket number because your system hung up on me.
Dad.
Give me a sec, bud.
I'm elevating your case now, sir.
Dad.
Please hold for some elevator music and potential spiritual experience.
It's almost dinner o'clock already and I've got nowhere. Hello? Hello? Oh, come on!
Dad, seriously, you're gonna want to take a look at this.
Is it your grandmother using my drone or the neighbor's cat playing your Xbox?
Sis, don't get mad, okay?
What the?
Yeah, we keep him.
From Neo Cinema, the studio you've never heard of, who are behind Synthetica and the Fifth Kind, brings you the first ever scripted AI animation with real-life actors. If we get 100,000 likes, we'll make more of this, and this, and maybe even, actually maybe not that. Jim Carrey, Michelle Yeoh, and Vin Diesel are not in this movie. Get charged up for the most electrifying mischief in town. Glitch!
Good night, bud.
Dad,
Yeah?
knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting chicken.
Interrupting chick? Good night, son.
Love you, Dad.
Love you, bud.
It's like very similar to what they are doing, in Pixar and Walt Disney. I don't see many differences. And well, we are reaching the end, And what is the final goal of artificial intelligence research? Okay, for many, is the creation of an artificial superintelligence, right? ASI, right? Okay, when we're talking about an artificial intelligence, we don't mean an intelligence of 140 of IQ, like some people have. We may think that the artificial superintelligence may have 800, 2,000, 10,000. I mean, the sky's the limit, right? And I mean, that is what provokes so many fears, about people, the invention of an artificial intelligence, superintelligence, which is self-aware, okay? But as of today, I don't think we need to enter this debate. I think it is much more useful to try to use artificial intelligence for our benefits, and see to what extent, artificial intelligence can help us in our daily lives, and in the creation of art too. All right. I think an important point here is that there are many people who have always wanted to create, okay, but they think, or they thought they didn't have the talent, to draw or to paint, and now they can create, because artificial intelligence, give them, okay, the means to do that. And well, that's all for now. So some bibliography here of on artificial intelligence, right? If you are interested in this bibliography, you can get in touch with me through Asun. And that's all for today. Thank you and goodbye.